3 Chapter 3. Ash's previous game company was named Aurora. Aurora had launched many popular mobile games, such as Aurora's Underground Castle and Aurora's Land of Aberrations. Aurora's Arcanist Handbook was a new mobile game in its testing phase. Ash didn't belong to the new game development department but the operations department. However, he heard that the new game was fun and expected to be a hit. The head of the planning department intended to have him lead a team to be responsible for the new mobile game's operation planning. Therefore, Ash downloaded the demo of the Arcanist Handbook to study it so that he could contribute his remaining value faster, better, and stronger in the future. However, before Ash could open the game, he suddenly transmigrated during an all-night overtime session. How did this mobile game transmigrate with me? And it automatically installed itself into my consciousness light screen? Ash was shocked and suspicious, but when he thought that he would become meat on the chopping board in a few days, he had no time to explore the origin of this game and could only hope that it would bring him a miracle. Aurora's Arcanist Handbook is starting. Checking/updating game resources, unable to connect to the network, automatically changing to LAN mode. Warning, image system lost, repairing. Warning, dungeon system lost, repairing. Warning, data system lost, repairing. A series of red warning prompts flooded the light screen until a green prompt appeared and stopped. Scouting system started normally. Recharge system started normally. Welcome to the Arcanist Handbook. Damn it. The entire game can only successfully start if the gacha and top-up systems are normal. As expected of my company, Ash entered the game with a dark face. 80% of the entire light screen area was blank, with only 2 rainbow shining options in the upper right corner available for interaction. Resource procurement, operator scouting. Opening resource procurement, there were options to purchase source crystals. One for 6 points, a set for 30 points, a pile for 98 points, a bag for 198 points, a box for 328 points, and a crate for 648 points. Each option had a first-time purchase bonus. Ash could guess with his toenails that these points were money, but his Alipay didn't transmigrate with him. Where would he get the money to recharge? What was the company thinking? It's a demo for internal testing, so why have a top-up system? Did they want to take back the salaries they paid us? The company might really do that. Opening operator scouting. It seemed that due to the loss of various resources, the operator scouting interface was also blank, with only 2 dry options, scout once and scout 10 times. Ash did want to try the gacha, but scouting once cost 3 source crystals. Where would he get the money to scout? Wait, the first gacha in the demo costs money? Which shameless mobile game did this? Oh, it's our company's. Never mind then. Just as Ash was feeling dejected, a notification suddenly popped up on the light screen. Sign-in system repaired successfully, connecting to the main server, unable to connect to the server, automatically changing to LAN mode. A third option appeared on the light screen, login sign-in. Opening it revealed a date table. Ash saw that the box for April 11th was automatically checked. Regular allocation, 1 source crystal. Newbie first sign-in allocation, 1 operator 10 times scouting voucher. Operator 10 times scouting voucher, a permit issued by the Aurora Investigation Department for batch scouting of high-value targets, allowing you to scout 10 times at once and guaranteeing 1 operator. Although he didn't understand the proper nouns in the description, it didn't matter. Ash knew that whether he could escape next week's Blood Moon Judgment depended on this unknown game that transmigrated with him. Open the Scout Operator interface and select Scout 10 times. There were no fancy or gorgeous card drawing scenes, only the most simple card list. Energy Potion, Experience Potion, Death Frenzy Sword Maiden, Beginner Combat Experience card, Training Wooden Sword. A hit. Immediately following that, a message popped up, Operator System repaired successfully. You can now manage your own operators. Ash immediately checked the card. The card featured a red-haired girl wearing a black suspender dress, with an innocent smile like a girl next door on her face. Her hands were behind her, and her long legs in black stockings were wearing small leather shoes. She tilted her head and looked around with curiosity in her light red eyes. Death Frenzy Sword Maiden. Human female, 20 years old. Bond level, 0, 30% experience sharing. Class, Arcanist student. Class trait, learning efficiency plus 5%. Inherent talent Sword Maiden, lower gain an additional 100% swordsmanship experience, low probability to gain 10,000% swordsmanship experience. Talent level can be unlocked after strength improvement. Personal skill, Jet Black Mind's Eye, strangle the danger in the bud in advance. When an enemy has the intention to attack you, there is a certain probability to automatically counterattack according to the difference in strength between the two sides. Held items, none. Mastered Arcana Spirits, none. Water Art Faction, not initiated. Cultivation Strategy, not set. Ash looked at it for a long time and couldn't find anything deathly or frenzied about it. He couldn't help but feel furious. Besides the name being cool and awesome, wasn't this just a blank slate of a beautiful girl? Don't think you can trick people with a good-looking illustration, you bastard. The initial character you give away can't be used immediately, and players have to slowly cultivate it themselves. Modern people's lives are so fast-paced. If you don't let players have fun right away, but make them spend time, what a trash game. It's really harmful. The planner should be replaced by me. I can do it. Moreover, it's fine if the initial character is trash, but if you can't summon operators to the real world to help me fight, then what's the point of me pulling cards? In a few days, I will be on the execution ground and become the executioner's KPI. This mobile game can't help me escape. Does it want me to sign in every day before I die to send traffic to this trash game? As expected of my company. Even the last hope was dashed, and Ash couldn't help but feel even more disheartened. He exited the operator's personal interface and saw a red on the upper right corner of the newly appeared operator management on the main interface. Naturally, Ash, with a slight obsessive-compulsive disorder, clicked on it. The next second, he suddenly sat up in bed. Because in operator management, there were two operators. Besides the deathly swordstress he had just drawn, there was also a rather handsome, slender young man wearing a black windbreaker. The Endwatcher. Race, human male, 25 years old. Trust, infinity. Profession, cult leader/ancient historian. Profession trait, blessed by the 4 pillar gods, luck check +10. More likely to identify ancient artifacts, ancient artifact identification ability +5. Inherent talent, Sorcerer's Handbook, lower register other operators in the handbook, and the experience gained by other operators will be shared with this character according to the bond level sharing ratio. Currently, the number of handbook pages is 0/1. The upper limit of talent can be unlocked after strength is improved. Personal skill, Wanderer of Another World, effect unknown. Held items, none. Mastered spirit arts, none. Summoning school, not initiated. Ash turned his head to look at the only mirror embedded in the wall of the prison cell. After comparing it with the illustration in the light curtain for a long time, he finally confirmed that this Endwatcher was him, Ash Heath. Whether it was the inherent talent Sorcerer's Handbook or the personal skill Wanderer of Another World, they were all alluding to his current situation. Moreover, Ash still remembered the title of Endwatcher. This was the respectful title given to him by the 4 pillar gods cultists. It sounded domineering, but it was taken down by a group of hunters. It was a typical example of being wiped out by the police station just as he was about to rebel. He didn't expect this to become his code name in the game. It wasn't very harmful, but it was extremely insulting. But what was going on with this black windbreaker? Ash didn't remember ever wearing it. He thought it might be Heath's favorite outfit. Then his aesthetic taste was really bad. Ash looked at the deathly swordstress's interface again, staring at the 30% experience sharing in the bond level for a long time, and knew in his heart that this might be his only chance to escape from prison. If he guessed correctly, when he cultivated the deathly swordstress in the game, he himself could obtain 30% of the deathly swordstress's experience points. The stronger the swordstress, the stronger he would be. Hope ignited again, and Ash cheered up and checked the other garbage he had just drawn from the card draw. 2 energy potions, 2 experience potions, 1 training wooden sword, 1 beginner combat card, 2 trial cards. Energy potion. During cultivation actions, increase an action point for the operator, lasting for 7 days. Experience potion. During cultivation actions, the operator gains +10% skill experience, lasting for 7 days. Training wooden sword. After the operator equips it, the experience gained from sword training +15%. Beginner combat card. After the operator uses it, combat training will be arranged to obtain a large amount of experience, lasting for 7 days, danger, low. Beginner trial card. Allows the operator to have a trial, gaining a variable amount of experience. Each operator can only use it once per week. They were all for cultivation, which was exactly what Ash wanted. It would be useless for Ash if he drew items that increased combat power. But why is there a note behind this combat experience card indicating a low danger level? He opened the Deathly Swordstress's cultivation strategy and found that there were many things to pay attention to. Deathly Swordstress. Current mood, 5, experience bonus 0. Available actions, rest, entertainment, training, trial. Rest. Consume 1 action point to restore a certain amount of mood. Entertainment. Consume 2 action points to restore a large amount of mood. Training. Consume 1 action point to conduct specific school training. Combat. Consume 1 action point, requires the use of specific props. Trial. Does not consume action points, requires the use of specific props. Daily action points this week, 2 points. 1 energy potion can be used to increase 1 action point. So that's how it is. You also have to consider the operator's mood. The better the operator's mood, the better the training effect. Relaxation and moderation, combining work and rest, is the foundation of education. Ash greatly appreciated this humanized cultivation system, and then chose to equip the deathly swordstress with the training wooden sword, consuming 1 bottle of energy potion to max out 3 action points. Cultivation strategy, training, combat. Trial project this week, swordsmanship. I'm about to be executed. There's no time to care about the mood of a paper doll. When Ash pressed confirm on the cultivation strategy interface, a prompt suddenly popped up in the light curtain. Do you want to activate the Endwatcher's inherent talent and register the deathly swordstress in the Sorcerer's Handbook? Oh right, I almost forgot to bind the swordstress. Luckily the game reminded me, otherwise wouldn't I be training for nothing? Ash exclaimed in relief. His life was like a candle in the wind, and he couldn't afford to waste time. He had to squeeze every benefit as much as possible. Confirm to register the deathly swordstress in the Sorcerer's Handbook. Note, this operation is irreversible. Confirm. Operator bond registration successful. Cultivation is in progress. Scheduling is in progress. Constructing trial scene. Scene material is missing, automatically completing. Searching for available scene, occupying. Trial opponent is missing, automatically completing. Searching for available opponent, extracting. Looking at the messages in the game, Ash had nothing to do for a while. Perhaps today's ups and downs were too stimulating. As soon as he relaxed, Ash felt bursts of drowsiness, as if all the strength in his body had been drained, and his eyelids kept fighting. Before his head even touched the pillow, Ash fell into a deep sleep. At the same time, in another distant place with a 3-hour time difference from Ash's location, a young girl who had gone to bed early for skincare and beauty suddenly found herself waking up in a dream.